Good evening, members. I am Jared Evans. I am a proud North Louisiana native, and I'm even a more proud graduate of Grambling State University. I am also a former law clerk and staff attorney with the House of Representatives, where I had the pleasure of working with many of you. I currently serve as a policy counsel with the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, or LDF. I am here today to urge you to ensure that voters of color in Louisiana are afforded an equal opportunity to elect candidates of their choice. My testimony this evening will focus on compliance with Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which provides voters the tools to challenge voting laws or policies which result in the denial or abridgment of the right to vote on account of racial color. You've already heard about the Jingles Factors from the awesome presentation earlier, so I won't go through them now. But with respect to Louisiana's congressional map, LDF believes that Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act likely requires the Louisiana Legislature to draw 2 majority-minority congressional districts in the congressional map. In fact, we know that it is easy to draw a map with 2 majority-minority districts. LDF, along with 16 other civil and human rights organizations, including Power Coalition and the ACLU, submitted a letter earlier this week that included 7 different district map plans based on 2020 census data, in which 2 of the 6 districts are comprised of a majority of Black voters. In each of those maps, the Black community is sufficiently large and geographically compact to satisfy the first Jingles precondition. Not only do the maps include compact communities of Black voters, as reflected by traditional redistricting principles, but each of those 7 maps are more compact than the current map on at least 2 of the 3 widely recognized measures when it comes to compactness. Accordingly, the first Jingles precondition would likely be satisfied if Louisiana's new congressional map fails to provide a second majority-minority congressional district. Second, there is ample evidence to show Louisiana's well-documented history of ongoing record of racially polarized voting in elections across the state. Over the past 3 decades, numerous federal courts have found that racially polarized voting pervades Louisiana's statewide and local elections. Here in Monroe, Black voters have no opportunity to elect their preferred candidate to Congress. The congressional candidates preferred by Monroe's Black voters are consistently defeated by the candidates preferred by white voters in the 5th Congressional District. As a result, Monroe's Black voters have virtually no chance to elect their candidate of choice to Congress. 5 of the 7 maps that we submitted to you in our letter place Monroe in one of those 2 majority-minority districts. In closing, it is fair, necessary, and logical that Black Louisianians, who comprise nearly 1/3 of Louisiana's residents, have an opportunity to elect candidates of their choice, their preferred congressional representatives. The 7 maps that we submitted to you this week show that doing so is easy and feasible. Members of Congress make decisions and enact policies that impact every aspect of American life, including access to education, economic opportunity, housing, healthcare, voting, and criminal justice. An additional majority-minority district, which Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act likely requires, would provide Black voters with representation to address the state's pervasive and ongoing record of inequality of opportunity in various aspects of life. Thank you.